Sangye chodang tsoki chok nam la changcho bado dakni kyap suchi dakji jin shogi pe sonam ki drola panchya sangye drupa shok pei. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Sangha, until enlightenment, we take refuge in you. May we, through the merit of generosity and so forth, achieve Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Pei. Welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so very much for joining me for day 26 of Tibetan Book of the Dead, Sadhana. So, as of yesterday, we finished the first part of the second book. We're now entering part 2, which is the process of rebirth, which essentially outlines 2 possible routes that the discorporate soul can go following death at this point. So it may choose to avoid reincarnation, to merge with divine consciousness, or it may choose to reincarnate. And so we're looking at this point to help the soul reach the best possibility that there is. So, part 2, the process of rebirth, the closing of the womb door. So, we're going to talk about in the next 6 days 6 ways of closing the womb, that is, avoiding reincarnation, followed by several ways in which one can reincarnate into the best life possible. I'm going to start out with a brief introduction. Again, through great weakness in devotions and lack of familiarity, one is not able to understand illusion may overcome one, and one will wander to the doors of the wombs. The instruction for closing the womb doors becomes very important. Call the deceased by name and say, before we continue, there's some additional instructions. Now it is very important to employ the methods of closing the womb door. It is necessary to exercise the utmost care. There are 2 chief ways of closing the womb door. One is preventing the being who would enter from entering, and 2, the closing the womb door which might be entered. So I invite you now to sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Take a moment for grounding, for centering, for preparing for the work we're about to do. And begin to visualize the person for whom you're doing this sadhana appearing before you and sitting opposite you. And call their name silently 3 times. O nobly born, and once again repeat the name of the deceased. And acknowledge that you are doing this sadhana for this person and also for all other souls wandering in the bardo state. If you have not understood the above, at this moment, through the inertia of past choices, you will have the impression that you are either ascending or moving along on a level or going downward. Thereupon, meditate on your personal image of perfection. And remember then, as said before, gusts of wind or icy blasts, hailstorms, and darkness, and the impression of being pursued by many people will come upon you. On fleeing from those hallucinations, those who do not have meritorious past choices will have the impression of fleeing into places of misery, and those who are endowed with meritorious past choices will have the impression of arriving in places of happiness. Thereupon, O nobly born, in whatever continent or place you are in to be born, the signs of the birthplace will shine upon you. For this moment, there are several vital, profound teachings, and listen undistractedly. Even though you are not understood during previous sittings face to face, here you will even those who are very weak in past actions will recognize these signs. Therefore, listen. The instructions preventing the being from entering thus. O nobly born, and I invite you to repeat the name one more time. Whoever may have been your image of perfection, be it Jesus, Abraham, Muhammad, Buddha, Shiva, Kali, Krishna, or another, tranquilly meditate upon he or she as upon the reflection of the moon upon water, apparent yet non existent. Like a magically produced illusion. If you have no special image, meditate upon me, the speaker, the officiant. And with this in mind, meditate tranquilly. Then, causing the visualized form to melt away, meditate without any thought forming upon the vacuum light, clear light. This is the very profound art. In virtue of it, a womb is thus not entered. Om Ahom. Om Ahom. Om Ahom. Pe. So I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation until tomorrow. Slowly opening your eyes, and as I've mentioned before, I would advise you to spend some time in quiet meditation before resuming your daily activities. And the date of this broadcast is 2/22 of 2024. And so I would invite you, if you're listening at this time, to join us on the 23rd, on Friday. We will do day 27 of our sadhana at 7 p.m. Denver time, after which I'll sign off for a brief period to prepare for the next installment. This is part 14 of our 64 Yogini series, and we'll be honoring the Yogini goddess Vajrarupa, really the divine mother who is associated with the power of meditative music. So until then, I want to thank you so very much for joining me. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Good night.